Hi guys and welcome, hope you're all doing well. And on this video, I'm going to show you something that I know that some of you are going to find very useful. Quite a few people have been talking about the lack of sequencer on the Montage and the MODX. And considering that these are synthesizers and not workstations, they don't have a sequencer. But what I'm going to show you today is a very cool way that I found to record MIDI sequence, the MODX and the Montage using Cubasis on the iPad. The great thing is it's extremely simple to do and it works great. So I'm going to show you all about it right now. Right, so what I have right here is my MODX 6 and my iPad Air, and I'm running Cubasis 2.7. You need to have Cubasis 2.7 for this to work, the latest version. So if you want to know a little bit more about the setup, go and check out the other video that I've done on how to record audio in Cubasis from the MODX and the Montage. On this one, I'm going to jump right into it and show you how you can set it up so that you can basically control your MODX through Cubasis and record MIDI. So the very first thing you need to do is add a MIDI track. So you click on Add and select MIDI. And Cubasis by default will give you this piano sound. So you don't want that. All you need to do is just click on this piano icon, go to Instruments, and select No Instrument. Because of course we're going to use the MODX or the Montage to generate the sounds for us. Step number 2 is set your MODX or Montage to local control off. Let me show you how you do this. You go to Utility, and then you go to MIDI I/O, and then on local control, you set it to off. This is a necessary step because unless you do this, the MODX or the Montage will send the MIDI straight to your performance and you will be getting double sounds. You will be listening to all the sounds that you play for any given performance. You don't want that. You want Cubasis to be your sequencer right now. Another thing you have to make sure is that your MIDI in-out is set to USB and not to MIDI. If you're on MIDI, this won't work with the iPad. It has to be set on USB. Depending on how many parts you have on each performance, you want to create the equal number of MIDI channels inside Cubasis. So now I have 7 channels that should correspond to each one of these 7 parts on the MODX. Now the next step is also very important and you have to make sure you get it right for this to work. But once you do it once, you can save it as a template and you don't need to do it ever again. So let's say I want to go to MIDI track 1 and I want to go to routing, right? So this is the way that you should set up your MIDI channels in order to work with the MODX. So first of all, you go all MIDI ports, then you have to make sure you activate MIDI through, and then you have to make sure that your MIDI input and your MIDI output is set to the part you want to control. For example, I want this channel to control part 1, I set it to channel 1 and output to channel 1. Make sure that your output is set to MODX port 1. This is the setup. Nothing else is required, and you have to do this for every channel. So for example, if I play MIDI track 1, I get this sound. So part 1 is playing right now. So now if I go to the second MIDI track, you'll see that I still send it to MODX port 1. Channel 2 is my input, and channel 2 is my MIDI output as well. So now I can play the second part, which is a bass. Now, when you've set up all the channels that you need in Cubasis, then you can go ahead and save this as a snapshot. For example, right here, I have my MODX template. I can hit the snapshot icon and I can save an updated version of this project so I can reuse it later on if I want to create more projects with my MODX or my Montage. Now, when you want to start recording with this, it's super simple. You just select the channel that you want to play. So let's record. Let's move on to the bass. And of course, after I've done all this, I can go ahead and edit my notes. I can quantize, for example. I can change the length of the notes. It's way, way easier to do it right here than on any other sequencer. Of course, I can go ahead and use my faders to mix my sound straight away. So let me show you. Just make sure you have all the channels record enabled and hit play, and then you can use your sliders to change the volume. Of course, you can change the tempo if you want. So let's say I want to tap a tempo and play it back now. So there you go, guys. Hope you found this useful. I know for a fact that as far as I'm concerned, Cubasis and the combination with the iPad is a way, way more powerful, way more versatile, way more easy to use combination than any other onboard sequencer on any hardware keyboard. And it's so easy to use, you know, even if you get a second-hand iPad, a cheap iPad, you add lots of functionality to your MODX for live performance, for recording, for all these things. As always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Leave some comments down below about what you think about this workflow, if you like it, if you're gonna use it, if you still want to use PC or Mac to record your MODX. And as always, I'll see you on the next video. Have fun.